The goal of universal water and sanitation coverage remains a distant hope for many urban poor communities in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda. Chibuye 1 parish, located in Machindye administrative division of Kampala City, just about 4 kilometers from Kampala's central business district, is one such urban poor settlement where access to safe water and sanitation services is still very poor. Majority still collect their water from natural spring wells, yet city health authorities have always sounded warnings that water from the city's natural springs is contaminated with fecal matter and it is not safe for human consumption. In general, Chibuye 1 parish residents have limited access to adequate, safe and affordable water services. The available toilets are not enough for the slum residents, poor drainage system and solid waste management is never collected on time. Year after year, Kampala City Authority and National Water and Sewerage Corporation have been working hard to improve safe water, sanitation and hygiene service delivery in the city, but these efforts have generally not integrated accountability mechanisms of service providers to the users. Monitoring by service providers is in most cases limited to recording of expenditure and physical output and is reported upwards with no involvement of communities.
Embeera y'obuyonjo mu kitundu kino mbiddala olw'ensonga nti ekitundu kino kya slum oba kyamugotteko.
Kasasira abantu bamala gasulawo ate state council tefaayo. Kwegamba state council emirimu gyayo gisuuliridde.
Amazzi ge tulinamu agasinga gattaaka naye amazzi bagaseera bananyini taapu bagatunda nusu 2 oba agalayisi 15.
Obukubo bufunda omusajja nakugamba nze sijja gendayo pipe gye tulina ntono nnyo nyimpi tesobola kukola distance ya meters nga 2 kati nakyo nekibanga mutawaana omuntu yasasudde oba omuntu ali concerned ne toilet yasasudde ate nako okubanga bajja omuyolamu nalwaki
singa bino tebibeera wano nga waliwo ekimotoka ekigundi ki container nga wali ku kkubo batugambako ku gombo.
Today the urban poor in Chibuye are asking, where are the services and if not delivered, who is responsible? It is clear that new momentum is needed to ensure that service providers stick by their commitments and act upon legislation necessary to support pro-poor service provision. We call this the accountability gap, and we believe through citizen action, people can bridge it. Without access to safe water or sanitation, people are trapped in a cycle of poverty and disease.
Of course, the idea is that these people can be able to demand for themselves. But we very well know that you cannot demand when you don't have the capacity and the skills to be able to demand. The role of CIDI in this is to build capacity of these community members, and this has been a continuous process. And whenever they have these meetings, we as CIDI staff come to support them, kind of for technical guidance.
This is the essence of Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Community Action Project, which is implemented by Community Integrated Development Initiatives in partnership with Network for Water and Sanitation, supported by Danish International Development Agency. The project supports the urban poor in Chibuye to engage in dialogue with service providers, holding them accountable for the provision or lack of it of water, sanitation and hygiene services.
Omuntu alina okufuna service tamanyi nti service alina okikola ki era alina gijjawa.
The role of CIDI is to facilitate the process rather than mediating on behalf of citizens.
At the end of the day, waliwo alina okubeera accountable ku mbeera gy'okola ki gy'olimu kuba waliwo avunaanyizibwa ku nkulaakulana yo.
Naye obuzibu bwe tulina sensitization y'abantu bwe tulina ogikolera abakulembeze ab'oku kyalo tebakkiriza kuyita abantu abo.
To amplify the slum dwellers' voice in Chibuye 1 parish, CIDI has instigated a series of citizens' actions which include community mobilization, generating consumer perception of service levels, raising awareness of entitlements, supporting slum dwellers for engagement and dialogue with policymakers and service providers.
Normally, when they identify these issues, the next step is to develop a position paper which position paper is now presented when they go for the parish dialogue. When the issues are identified, we realize that maybe this falls in such and such a category of duty bearer. So what we do in the dialogues, we invite the duty bearers, the community people or the community representatives, as well as service providers. When you look at this publication, inside here there is a joint action plan. This was an action plan that is developed at the community level. And within this action plan, we identify the issues and we identify at what level this problem can be addressed.
Dialogue meetings are conducted at 3 levels: the parish, division and the district. They facilitate interface between the duty bearers and the service users. The two parties make suggestions and joint action plans geared at improving the service. The project has continued to monitor commitments from the dialogue meetings, and these commitments have also served as a basis of future engagement.
The community people appoints or elects somebody who is responsible for follow-up. For instance, this dialogue that has been here today, there is an issue that was identified about the sewerage coming from the police station. The next dialogue, the police people have to be involved. So that's one way of creating awareness, one, and the other way of making these other duty bearers responsive, because now they get accountable to these people.
Everything bad is being talked about KCCA. They are not doing ABCD. I think it is entirely, it is not KCCA to work singly or independently. We work with the community. Now when we do the monthly cleanups, which we have, it is something we are doing every last Saturday of the month. We hold KCCA monthly cleanups. But the challenge we are facing is the community does not participate. So we need community participation. We need to work together.
The community toilets are still a challenge to KCCA because of the way some of them were constructed.
Our prepaid meters are quite expensive, so we do not have the luxury to give everybody.
CIDI has used community radios to promote accountability, transparency and responsiveness of water, sanitation and hygiene service provision in Kampala City.
Before we really go for the radio program, we start with the communities identifying issues, starting from the advocacy strategy meetings, the dialogue meetings at different levels, and of course at those different levels, the issues that are resolved at that level. Then the issues that are taken on by the leaders. But of course there are issues that we think are critical, but sometimes they are not paid attention to. And that is where radio becomes important, such that we create that kind of massive awareness. How do we start a radio program? Listening to radio depends on the radio station and the moderator. So after identifying the radio station and the moderator, then we can have kind of an engagement radio and come up with a schedule of programming on the different issues that have been generated during the engagements at the various levels. We make sure that we have a mix of stakeholders, people, the rights holders and the duty bearers. Because the rights holders will raise the issues, but we need response and commitment on some of the issues that are being raised. And of course, we also need to have evidence on the issues that we are raising. That's why we engage journalists to first go to the field, engage with the people, capture voices, such that when we're in the radio station, those clips are played. So these people who are on the panel listen in.
Using evidence from the community, the use of radio has provided numerous opportunities to the urban poor to voice their concerns and discuss their water and sanitation rights.
Radio programs ezo zituyamba nti abantu baffe oluusi bwe babeeraawo nga batudde wamu basobola okuba nti babuuza ebibuuzo biki bye babadde batamanyi okuva ku mufa abakulembeze era ne bamanya services ezo bazifuna batya.
Naye CIDI byagenda tupromotinga ng'etwala ku talk shows ntwogera ebirowoozo byaffe akati omuluka gwamanya nti eri advocacy committee tetulyawo negombola nekola ki nemanya era tulira dialogues ezenjawulo twali tumiitinga abantu abo ntwabulya ebintu ebifeeda ku ground kyova ndi kati division evuddeyo nnyo okulaba nga esendeka emmotoka oluusi mu budde.
As a result, the many slum dwellers in Chibuye 1 parish have developed full understanding of their entitlements to water and sanitation, their current water and sanitation service situation, the range of responsibilities for policy and service delivery. They have also gained confidence to voice and engage with service providers, demanding for accountable decisions in the service delivery spectrum. This project has enhanced the visibility of local people to authorities, instead of being seen as a massive problem, but rather as partners in finding solutions to the water, sanitation and hygiene challenges faced.
If the pavements are looking great, we need to know how much money went on the pavements. Okay? Transparency is an issue, by the way, in KCC.
Slum dwellers now have a better understanding of their water, sanitation and hygiene situation. The policies that guide service delivery and available platforms citizens can use to bring about pro-poor service delivery. The project has been instrumental in making service providers come up with tangible action in regard to the urban poor's needs. For example, after a series of dialogue meetings, the National Water and Sewerage Corporation agreed to intensify the scaling up of prepaid pro-poor water meters. This enabled the urban poor to access safe water at the utility recommended fee.
Scale up prepaid metering in the Kampala and the informal settlements, and we have about 3,000 meters coming.
The prepaid water meters are very popular in the slum areas because they make safe water affordable by eliminating the profit-motivated middlemen.
We have moved a step. We need to appreciate that at least now presently in the budget for KCCA, there is a budget line for sanitation. That is a great improvement. Originally, we didn't have a budget line. We used to just squeeze money here and there and anyway. But this time, at least, we have got a budget line strictly for sanitation.
Kampala City Authority has made sanitation high on the agenda of resource allocation. The procedures and costs of accessing cesspool empties has been streamlined and made known in the community. The Machinde Division local government has come up with a weekly schedule for garbage collection truck, and the schedule is well known in the community. The City Authority has further taken practical steps to simplify the garbage ordinance, then working in partnership with CIDI and the community advocacy teams to sensitize slum dwellers about their roles and duties as stipulated in the ordinance. The project has served as a good example of how to enhance citizen monitoring of water, sanitation and hygiene service delivery through public watch activities, stimulate the flow of information from top to bottom, bottom up and horizontally. Armed with the right information, the urban poor are able to monitor value for money of projects and services delivered, monitoring government promises and commitments, as well as participating in finding lasting solutions to the water and sanitation problems faced. CIDI has used the experience of implementing this project to mainstream good governance work in all her projects, even beyond water and sanitation sector.